Hello everyone, this is Andrew from Crown Academy of English. Today we're looking at auxiliary verbs. So what are auxiliary verbs? Well, in English the word auxiliary is an adjective and it means helping. So we also call auxiliary verbs helping verbs. So auxiliary verbs help the main verb in a sentence. It's important to understand that not all sentences have an auxiliary verb. So here is an example without an auxiliary verb. Mark walks to the office every day. So here we have the main verb and it is the present simple. In this example there is no auxiliary verb. And here is an example with an auxiliary verb. This is the present continuous. Mark is walking to the office. This is the main verb, walking, and is, this is the auxiliary verb. And this is in fact the verb be. Auxiliary verbs have the following functions. They help form tenses with a main verb. They help form negatives and questions. And they give emphasis to a sentence. And we're going to look at all of these functions in this lesson. There are three important auxiliary verbs in English: be, have, and do. Let's look at each of them in more detail. The auxiliary verb be. Let's look at forming tenses. First of all, let's look at the form of the verb be. So this is the verb be in the present simple. It's irregular. I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, you are, and they are. The past simple, I was, you were, he, she, it was, we were, you were, they were. Okay, so now let's look at an example of the auxiliary verb be forming a tense. So be helps us form the present continuous. So the form of the present continuous is the present form of the verb be, so this, then with the ing form of the main verb. Example, you are writing. So we've taken you are from here and then added the ing form of the main verb. Another example, he is running. Be also helps us form the past continuous. And the form is again the verb be, but this time in the past form. So this, followed by the ing form of the main verb. I was reading. They were playing. Okay? The auxiliary verb be, the passive voice. So we also form the passive voice with the verb be. Here's an example of the passive voice in the present tense. The form is the verb be in the present tense, followed by the past participle of the main verb. Books are sold at the airport. So here we have the auxiliary verb be, and this is the past participle of the main verb. Let's look at an example in the past tense. The form is be in the past tense of be, followed by the past participle of the main verb. The computer was stolen from the office. Was is the verb, the auxiliary verb be in the past tense, and here we have the past participle of the main verb. Let's now look at the auxiliary verb have and forming tenses. Let's start with the form of have. Present tense is I have, you have, he, she, it has with an S, we have, you have, they have. The past simple is the same for all subjects. Had. Okay, I had, you had, etc. So let's now form some other tenses with the auxiliary verb have. So have helps form the present perfect. The present perfect. So the form of the present perfect is have in the present tense followed by the past participle of the main verb. Example, I have cooked dinner. Jane has lost her keys. Okay, so here we have the verb, the auxiliary verb have in the third person singular present, followed by the past participle of the verb lose, which is lost. Have also helps form the past perfect. And the form of the past perfect is have in the past tense, so this, followed by the past participle. Example, Mark had cleaned his car. My parents had already seen the film. So here we have the past simple form of have, and here we have the past participle of the verb see, which is seen. So this is the past perfect. Let's look at the auxiliary verb do. Let's look at the form and then the functions. So the present simple form of do is I do, you do, he, she, it does, we do, you do, and they do. And the past simple is I did. It did for all of them, for all of the subjects. Did. The auxiliary verb do has three main functions: to form negatives, to form questions, and to give emphasis. So let's now look at these three functions. So the auxiliary verb do when we're forming negatives. So here is a reminder of the form. I have already explained this. So let's now form some negatives. So negatives in the present simple. And the form is the present form of do followed by not and followed by the base form of the main verb. I do not like tomatoes. I do not like tomatoes. Auxiliary verb, not, and the main verb in the base form. Mark does not work in London. So here we have an example of the auxiliary verb do in the third person singular present simple. Negatives in the past simple. So for these we're going to use the past form of do. So the past form of do followed by not followed by the base form of the main verb. We did not use the phone. Jane did not come to the party. So we have the auxiliary verb in the past form, not, and then the base form of the verb, the main verb. Auxiliary verb do forming questions. So again, this is the form of the verb do. I have already explained this. Let's now form some questions. So questions in the present simple tense. So we use the verb do and the order changes. Do is first in the sentence, in the question. So we have the present form of do, then we have the subject, and then we have the base form of the verb, the main verb. And when we write it, we write a question mark at the end. Do you like beer? Does he eat meat? Okay. Questions in the past simple. So I'm sure you can guess that we use the do, the auxiliary verb do, in the past tense, followed by the subject, followed by the base form of the main verb. Did Mark go to Paris? Did they help you? Okay, so quite easy. Now let's look at giving emphasis. This is unique to, yes, mainly with the auxiliary verb do. This is quite an advanced subject. Let me try to explain it. Emphasis means to express a strong feeling or a strong opinion. So let me give you a normal example that I'm sure you already know. A normal affirmative without emphasis. Okay, so just a normal sentence, I like your house. Okay, so here we have, it's the present simple, isn't it? It's the present simple. I like your house. But if we want to give emphasis, if we want to show that we really, really like your house, then we use an affirmative with emphasis. So we say this, I do like your house. And listen to how I pronounce it. I really stress the word do. So I make this a little bit louder and a little bit longer. Oh, I do like your house. I do like your house. So this word do is optional. And so we use it when we want to really, really give emphasis, when we're very enthusiastic and we want to give a strong feeling or opinion. So let's look at the form. Emphasis in the present simple, which is what we have here. And the form is do in the present tense. Remember from the previous slide, do in the present tense. And we follow it with the base form. Okay, so it's no longer the present simple, it's the base form. I do work hard. Mark does love Jane. Okay, so we have the verb do in the present, the base form of the verb, and this is simply an adverb. And here we have Mark does love Jane. Okay, so notice it's not does loves Jane. Okay, this is the base form. So we don't say loves here, we say love. So it's the base form of the main verb. So when would we use this? Well, we often use this if we want to contradict something. Imagine if your boss comes to you and says, Andrew, you don't work hard. And you could say, well, I don't agree. That's not true. I do work hard. I do work hard. Okay, so we're really, really emphasizing the fact that, yes, I do work hard. I do work. It's not true what you're saying. I do work hard. And imagine you hear someone saying, a friend saying, Mark doesn't like Jane. You could say, well, that's not true. Mark does love Jane. Mark does love Jane. So we really stress this word, and that gives the whole sentence emphasis. And we can also do the same thing in the past. And we use do in the past form, and we also follow it by the base form of the main verb. She did call you yesterday. So imagine someone said to you, imagine you say, she didn't call me yesterday. And someone might say, well, that's not true. She did call you yesterday. I did lock the door. I did lock the door. Imagine someone says to you, why didn't you lock the door? And you say, that's not true. I did lock the door. So that is when we decide to add the word, the auxiliary verb do, to give emphasis. To give emphasis. Of course, we can say, I locked the and that would be grammatically correct. I locked, L-O-C-K-E-D. I locked the door. That is grammatically correct, but we're not giving emphasis. We're not really, really enthusiastically saying that what we want to say. Okay, so if we really, really want to give emphasis, we add the word, the auxiliary verb do. I did lock the door. It's not true what you're saying. Okay? Short answers. A short answer is an answer with an auxiliary verb, but without the main verb. So we make the sentence shorter, short answer. So question, have you brushed your teeth? And a short answer, yes, I have. Yes, I have. So we repeat the auxiliary verb, but we skip the main verb. We do not say the main verb. Are they coming to the nightclub with us? Yes, they are. Did she call you? Yes, she did. So notice we repeat the auxiliary verb, but we do not repeat the main verb. Okay? I have a separate video about this. This is quite it's more complicated than this, so I have a separate video where I explain short answers. Question tags. This is the same. I have a separate video on this, but let me give you a very short explanation. Question tags are short questions containing auxiliary verbs where we ask for confirmation or agreement. She's a good teacher, isn't she? So these two words at the end, these words, they form the question tags. This is a short question. And so here we have the verb be, which is an auxiliary verb be in the negative, in fact, contracted negative. Okay, and this is called a question tag. We're asking for confirmation or agreement from someone. They didn't go to the concert, did they? They didn't go to the concert, did they? So here we have the auxiliary verb do in the past form, and then we have the subject. Okay, so again, we're asking for confirmation. Again, I have a separate video that explains question tags in more detail. And so, yes, watch my other videos for more information about the verb have, the verb be, short answers, question tags, the passive, all of the verb tenses, and many more lessons. Okay, so for more information about these subjects, look at the link in the description of this video. So I have a long list of other videos that explain these subjects in more detail. So I strongly recommend you watch those videos. Okay, thank you for watching. That's the end of this video. And here are some other links of videos that you might want to watch. And also look at the list in the description of this video.